see, one of the greatest meals, I think, for treating yourself...
Yes?
...has to be steak and chips.
Without a shadow of a doubt, Dave.
But I don't think steak and chips is cosy.
I don't.
It's got jeopardy. The timing's important.
It is.
And you don't get gravy with your chips.
Everybody needs gravy with their chips.
So we've solved all that problem.
Oh, yes.
This is cosy steak and chips.
Oh, it could have been the duvet of meaty love that gives you a cuddle of an evening. It is this dish.
You know, braising steak, it's cheap. You cut it up, you put it in stews, but this will leave the steaks whole, so you feel as though you've got a steak. It will melt in the mouth, but the bonus is this gravy.
Oh,
that's wonderful.
So good, isn't it?
Trim any fat or bad bits from the beef and season on both sides with salt and lots of freshly ground black pepper.
Lovely. Fry the steaks 2 at a time over a medium heat for a couple of minutes on each side till they're nicely coloured and brown.
Meanwhile, I'm going to get on with the chips. I cut these and left them to soak about 6 hours ago. It releases the starch, you get a better chip. Now, I'm going to dry these off a bit, because I put them in the fat like this, they're going to splutter. Now, I have been known to say I hate chunky chips.
Yes, you have, Dave.
But because we've got gravy, I think it's more than tolerable. Now, I'm going to do double-cooked chips. This means I cook them first at 130 degrees for 10 minutes, let them cool down. When I'm ready, take the heat up to 190. They'll be super crispy.
There we are, mate. There's your pan.
Thank you. Now, the onion wedges go in there. Would you like to keep them moving for me, Mr.
I
Kay?
absolutely would. My spatula has stood by in readiness for your loveliness.
Oh, we're very polite tonight.
I've turned over a new leaf. Well, there, mucker.
Right. So I'm just going to grate a nice fat clove of garlic into the onions and just sweat this down for a moment or two. Now let's return the steaks to the pan.
Now, the steaks will have released some of their juices. So make sure you put that back in.
Oh, yeah. Now, to this, we've got 500 ml of beef stock.
How lovely is that?
A tablespoon of tomato puree goes in. A bay leaf. And I've got some sprigs of thyme. I'm just going to strip off the leaves and bring this to a boil.
Then cover the casserole and transfer carefully to the oven. Cook for 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 hours or until the beef is very tender.
Well, that's it, 10 minutes. And as you see, they're cooked through, but they're not crispy, they're not golden. We'll let everything cool down. Then, in about an hour and a half, when we're ready, we're finished with the braising steaks. We'll fire this up to 190, and in 3 minutes, you'll have proper double-cooked chips.
I'm going to tidy up.
He must be feeling cosy if he's tidying up.
It's good, isn't it?
Well, I'm feeling very cosy.
So am I.
What would you think is the cosiest biscuit?
A chocolate digestive.
A Garibaldi. That can be quite cosy.
Can you remember when you used to get chocolate Garibaldis?
No, it didn't.
That was lush. Oh.
Oh, spit spot, you've made a good job of that.
That's good, isn't it?
Aye.
I'm a bit tidy up, mate.
Oh, let's see the steak.
Oh, yes.
I'll turn my chip pan up. 190. Oh.
Yes, indeedy. Right.
Are they tender?
Absolutely beautiful.
We want that gravy to be thick and super tasty. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little paste with a drop of water, some mustard powder and some corn flour. Place the casserole over a medium heat and simmer for 2 to 3 minutes until the gravy reduces and becomes thickened and glossy, stirring regularly.
That, my friend, is your 3-minute warning.
Right, so should I get the chips on?
I think so.
Beautiful. Chips ahoy! Oh, that looks good.
Wasn't it just?
Can I taste the gravy?
Yeah, go on.
That, my friend, is crying for Yorkshire pudding.
We've got chips, man.
Chips and Yorkshire pudding. Listen to them. And off we go.
Yes.
I think 2 steaks each, don't you?
Ooh.
Some sea salt flakes. Maybe just a little garnish. See, that's tender.
You don't need a knife.
No.
Such a great steak, braised steak, when it's cooked properly.
See you later. The bikers are on. You'll be all right, there's plenty. Pub food can be quite regional, like Lancashire hot pot, Lancashire. But for this one, we're going to introduce the nation to the Parmo.
Nice.
The Parmo is this kind of chip shop / pub kind of guilty pleasure, which is the national dish of Middlesbrough. It is!
I know. It originates as chicken parmigiano. Look, we haven't had, like, you know, like, chef it up a bit.
Yeah, because quite frankly, a few of the Parmos that we've had there would kind of put you in hospital in 2 weeks. So I take some soft white breadcrumbs. This is just a loaf that's been through a processor. A big heap of grated Parmesan cheese.
Mate, they are butterflied, ready for your delectation.
Brilliant. Right, I've got a teaspoon of dried oregano on there. Could you chop us some fresh basil, Si?
I can't, mate. I've just cleaned my board down, so we're laughing. I'll do that now.
Right, so pane, clean hands. You take the chicken like so, just flour and roll in the egg. But I've seen this done with massive turkey breasts. Yes. You end up with a Parmo the size of a frisbee.
It's massive.
And then just put that in the crumbs and don't be shy. Because really, to my mind, the crumbs are kind of one of the best bits.
That, Mr. Myers, is a job well done, sir.
Now, in certain hostelries around the northeast, this would be deep fried. But as a nod to culture and health, we're going to bake ours. That's the last one.
Perfect.
Now we need to drizzle them with olive oil. Would you mind, sir? Clean your hands. And that needs to go into a preheated oven about 180 degrees Celsius for 12 to 15 minutes till it's just cooked through.
To make the sauce, heat the olive oil in a saucepan and add the onion. Sauté until very soft. You want it translucent and buttery. Then add the garlic. Cook for a further couple of minutes, then add the red wine. Allow to bubble fiercely until reduced by half. Add the oregano and tomatoes.
We'll want to cook this right down, so it's literally quite lumpy, because if we lay the chicken down on a runny sauce, it's going to make the chicken wet and horrible. So we're going to cook that probably for about 20 minutes. Right. Well, there we go. That's the chicken.
Lovely.
The sauce is doing well. When the sauce is done, we can start assembling the Parmo.
Look at the consistency of that. It's beautiful. Right.
Really, really rich.
Perfect. Time to build the Parmo. So I'm going to just put that in the bottom. Parmos go on the top, cover in mozzarella, and then we stick it in the oven.
Now, we're doing triple cooked chips, which seem to be all the rage in pubs these days. And this is our foolproof method. What we've done is, these are relatively chunky chips. These have been poached, like a gentle, gentle boil, for 20 minutes. So you need to handle these with care. Now, we put these in the deep fat fryer now, at 130 degrees for about 5 minutes. That's at 130.
Mozzarella.
That's good buffalo mozzarella, isn't it?
It is, look, and that's what you want. This is the sort of stuff that you want. Look at that in there. Nice, stringy, young, beautiful mozzarella. This goes in the oven 15 to 20 minutes.
Until it's golden and bubbly. Right, that's stage 2 complete, Si. So I'll let them rest and I'll turn the fryer up to 190. Don't leave your chip pan unattended. I'm just going to sit there and keep an eye on.
Right, mate. You have your 2-minute warning.
Right, you will have triple cooked chips in 3 minutes. So this is stage 3. This is the trip in triple. Hello, you lovely Parmo.
Oh, look at that. Get in the back of the net.
Fryer off.
Oh, listen to that.
It's like a set of maracas. Yes. It is a great one for a family tea time, isn't it?
Oh, it's fab, man.
Now, they are crispy. And that's the beauty of the triple cooked chips.
It's flippin' tasty.
It's fantastically tasty, isn't it?
Oh, perfect chip.
Yeah. The Parmo may be new to a lot of the country.
Yeah.
But it's worth discovering. It's worth a visit. It's a chip off the old block, this.
This brings light, brings spice, brings flavour into your everyday life.
It's an Indonesian pork stew.
It starts with pork shoulder. I simply have taken the fat off and I'm going to dice the pork. Simple.
I'm going to do a dry spice mix, which Si is going to rub into his pork before it's cooked. So half a teaspoon of cosy dried ginger. Another cosy thing, coriander, ground coriander, a big teaspoon of that. Some cinnamon, just a quarter of a teaspoon. We don't want it to taste like apple pie. And for a bit of fire, half teaspoon of cracked black pepper. And just mix that up. And this just lights the fire a bit.
And everybody needs that fire lit once in a while, don't they, Dave?
Yeah. Si, there's your powders. And meanwhile, I'm just going to slice and saute off some shallots till they're soft. So got some veggie oil.
I tell you, this pork shoulder, it has a texture that really suits this dish perfectly. So this is Dave's spice mix.
Because this is a cosy, rich Indonesian dish, we've got a lot of firepower in the flavour.
Oh, haven't we?
4 cloves of garlic.
Extra set missiles.
The garlic mustn't burn.
Don't burn the garlic, because it'll turn bitter, and that's not good.
Ginger. This is a good tip, this. How often have you sat with a knife and tried to whittle your way around it? Nice piece of ginger, just get a spoon, and that skin just falls off. You will never struggle with ginger again if you have a teaspoon. And ginger's very good, it warms your blood. If you're at home with a cold, this is a dish for you. And we'll just grate this ginger in.
And ginger is particularly important in this dish. It's lovely.
And also, when you grate it, the fibrous bits, they tend to get left behind.
Yes.
You've just got the nice juice and the flavour.
Thanks, mate.
Beautiful, isn't it? Now, chilies. These are bird's eye chilies. It can be as cosy as you like with chilli. With 4 of these little beauties, it's going to be quite spicy. Now, if you want to reduce the heat, take the seeds out. If you like chilies, put loads in. If you don't, don't. Right, time for Mr. Pig. Look at that.
Beautiful.
You might look at that and think, by heck, that's a dry old affair. Where's the gravy? We'll do that now. I've got half a litre of good stock. Beef, chicken, it'll do. Ketchup manis, very, very Indonesian. Now we want 4 big spoons of this, so that's kind of quite sweet. Now we've got the soy, which is salt. What, 2 of this? And now we want the bitter, good old tamarind.
The citrus. This is the hit.
To do this, tamarind. Tamarind does it. One of those things.
You can buy the paste ready done. It's a bit of a bore to make your own. We pour this onto this mix and just let it cook for as long as it takes.
About an hour and a half.
Yeah, that. It's fireside in a pan. I mean, it's worth buying a Labrador for so you can take it for a walk in the woods to get proper frozen. So bring to a gentle simmer.
And what will happen is, as the gravy reduces, the moisture comes out, the flavours start to intensify, it goes a very dark colour. It's lovely. After about 20 minutes, I took the lid off and look at it now. All of those flavours have intensified. They've got bigger, they've got bolder, they've got cosier, and that is about ready to eat. However, we need...
But we're not going to have a nice crispy topping. It's a bit like when you do dal, you get with crispy onions on the top. We're going to do the same thing with this, but with crispy shallots and more bird's eye chilies. In Eastern food, this is called tempering, isn't it?
It is.
It is a blanket of flavour. It is a poncho of passion. It is a cushion of comfort. Right.
Chilies. A bit of salt. And they go very, very golden.
Lush, aren't they?
Absolutely perfect. That's what we're after. Oh, you can hear them, can't you? Listen.
Yeah, listen. See, they're crispy.
Look at this,
Oh,
mate.
looks brilliant, doesn't it?
Oh.
Just a few crispy onions. Beautiful. Curry's cosy. It's warm, it's embracing, it's satisfying, and this is rich, unctuous, and I suspect very tasty.
I tell you what, it's flaming hot. It's soft, it's tender.
You know the onions on the top? They're far more than decoration, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's yet another layer of flavour.
It is, it's great.
It's proper fireside food.
That's a keeper.
Yeah. It's a onesie of a dish.
Talking of which, I'm going to put mine on.
Have you ever seen the Teletubbies? That's all I'm saying.
Do you know what I love? I love a fish pie.
This, though,
This is different, this fish pie.
this is our cosy fish pie. We want the fish pie that makes your lips stick together, and we've changed the topping.
We're going to use root veg, celeriac and parsnips.
It's an embrace of a dish. Now, much as my mother would do, I start off by poaching the fish. And we're going to use the poaching liquor to make an infused sauce. So we have some milk, and we infuse with onion. Now, poaching is just at that point where it starts to go... And that's poaching. It's slow and low. Whereas boiling, which is... We don't want that.
No. You know when parsnips come into season, my mum used to always say, they're only good after the first frost. It's true.
Yep, because the frost releases natural sugars, so your parsnips are in fact sweeter. Into the milk, 2 bay leaves and a couple of cloves.
They're ugly things, celeriac, aren't they? Beautiful, though.
Do you remember that time you put some tights on your head?
Yeah.
You look just like celeriac.
I did.
It did. Everything goes like that. For the fish, you can use whatever you want, but this is perfect. Got the salmon with a touch of luxury, cod, which is the engine room of it, and the smoked haddock. Just gives it that smoky flavour.
I always feel a sense of anticipation with a fish pie. It's that, I can't wait to eat it. I love it.
And we'll just leave it there until the fish starts to flake away.
Leave to simmer for about 2 minutes, then remove from the heat and leave covered to steam for a further 5 minutes.
Now that fish is just about perfect. As you can see, the fish is just cooked through.
The smell, man.
Yeah! Oh, look at that salmon.
Drain the fish and reserve the cooking liquor.
Next, make the mash. Put the celeriac and parsnips in a steamer and cook for around 15 to 20 minutes until just tender.
Now, I've got a bowl, I've got a sieve, and I've got a ricer.
Mash, draining off any excess water when you first press down. That looks pretty dry, actually.
It does. It's actually not bad, Dave, to be fair.
You can do this in a colander over a pan if you want and press it down with a wooden spoon. This will make sure your mash isn't too liquid. Time now to make the michel. The michel roux. Do you get it? So a nice big block of butter. This fish pie will feed 8 people, so don't be horrified at the amount of butter. Now, when the butter has melted, we can stir in the flour, and you want to kind of cook the flour a little bit, because basically it just takes away the floury taste. Now, let's get saucy. Just start adding the stock. I'm going to add about half a glass of white wine. Keith Floyd always used to say, never cook with wine that you wouldn't drink. Now, we're going to put some dill in this. But, you know, to carry that kind of aniseed flavour, the fennelly flavour that goes so well, I'm going to put in some pastis. Use pastis or ouzo. Not much, about 3 teaspoons, because we want it to taste kind of nicely aniseedy.
Stir in the dill. I'm just going to put some butter in the root mash. Oh, beautiful. Some salt and pepper.
What do you think, Si?
Oh, mate, that's perfect, man.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
The pastis really does something. It just takes the dill, just gives it an extra kick. Let's make pie. To assemble, pour half the sauce over the base of a large pie dish. Add the fish, removing any skin or bones, but trying to keep some of the big pieces really quite large. Salmon is the most wonderful fish, and I think we take it for granted these days.
Can you remember? It was really special to have salmon because it wasn't farmed as intensely as it is now.
No, salmon came in tins, didn't it?
It did.
Now, it's kind of quite traditional in a fish pie to cover the top with a layer of hard-boiled eggs. I like them. Si likes them. If you don't like them, leave your eggs off.
It's so generous, this fish pie. That's what I love about it. It's great.
Yeah. People say, like, how do you write recipes? How do you do stuff? Well, you just constantly improve, you refine, and you change the recipes. And, you know, you have fun with it, and you just get better. I think this is belter.
Beautiful.
This is a brilliant dish for when you want a gentle evening in. You know, when it's raining outside, you're feeling a bit under the weather. It's that grey, drizzly weather.
Oh. Spread the mash over the sauce, then fork up the surface to create a rough texture.
It is a whopper of a pie. This is going to boil over, but that's part of the charm. We want a bit of sizzle. We're not finished yet.
Oh, no!
The cheese with the root vegetables is epic. Think cauliflower cheese. We're not that far left of field with this, are we?
Absolutely not. Adding in layers and layers and layers of flavour. But they're all gentle, they're all warm, they're all cosy.
Yeah, this one, it's big enough to give the whole family and a few friends a hug.
I'm going to pop that in the oven, Mr. Myers.
Pop away, Horatio.
170.
Yeah, about 3/4 of an hour until it's bubbling, heated through and golden. Just serve with your greens of choice, I would say.
Oh, yes, indeed.
We were right to put the tray underneath.
Defo. Look at that.
Oh, the smell.
I am so looking forward to this. Oh, mate.
It's not watery, it's not dry, it's just
Right.
so.
Oh, that is great.
It is great. It's so different without root veg top. It's sweet.
Warm, gentle.
I think the cosy fish pie is the one for me. And of course, if you don't want to use root veg, just use mash on the top. Do you know what we forgot?
What?
We forgot the peas. You can't have fish pie without peas.
Oh, flipping no, I'll go and get them on.
All right, I'll just check this is all right. You can't talk about Cumbrian food without mentioning
The shank.
lamb shanks are brilliant, aren't they?
Well, they're a cheap cut, they're amazingly tasty, and Cumbria produce some of the nicest shanks I have ever had. I'm going to brown these lamb shanks off in our casserole dish, just to get a bit of colour on them.
So these are flageolet beans that have been soaked overnight. I'll pop them into the water and boil them for 10 minutes. So while Mr. King's browning off, I'll get on my veggies. So to skin tomatoes, put a cross across the base like so. And plunge them into boiling water for about 30 seconds. This will release the skin, and then we plunge into iced water, and the skin will curl up, fall off, then I deseed them and set them aside for later. When I was a kid, the core of the tomatoes and the skin, I had my own word for it. I used to call them the cods. And I remember saying to my mother, "Mother, I don't like my tomatoes with the cods in." And I don't know where it came from, but since then, even if I have tinned tomatoes, I always cut out the cods. See, the skin just peels off. Now you plunge it into cold water to cool the tomatoes down, to basically stop it cooking. Now just take the cods out, like so. The veggies I start off with are finely chopped fennel, carrot and onions.
Right, Margaret, I'm going to take these out, set them aside.
Brilliant.
Ready for your veggies.
Right, so we put this in to sweat down. That just needs to moulder away for about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, I'll get ready for the second flavour infusion, and I'll just deseed and chop my chilli. And I'm going to chop the garlic for this. I want it a little bit rustic. A sprig of thyme. I'm going to put this in its entirety and fish it out. A bay leaf. A teaspoon of smoked paprika.
Lovely.
Smoked paprika's brilliant. It's kind of sweet, it's mild, but it kind of gives everything a nice barbecue-y flavour. And 100 ml of dry white wine. Some tomato puree.
Yeah.
A tin of anchovies. Since Victorian times, anchovies have been used to season lamb.
And then just push that through.
And we just need to reduce that by half.
Right, mate.
Right, bung in your shanks.
Look at the colour, it was beautiful.
They're going to stand them up like little soldiers.
I think so.
Now our cooked beans go in the top. They're almost buried in them. Now, stock. Use lamb stock if you can get it. If not, well, beef or chicken will do fine. Now, put that in the preheated oven, 170 degrees Celsius, for an hour and a half. Right.
Right.
Right, it's been an hour and a half. It's time for those tomatoes. And just pop them in. They're going to cook down to give us a bit more flavour. And that goes back into the oven for another hour and a half. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Well, we're nearly there, Kingy.
That's it, dude.
Bit of mustard mash.
Mustard mash. I'll mash.
Are you ready for butter?
I am, mate. Oh.
Salt?
Yes, please. Oh, Dave, look. It's come up lovely, that
Oh,
mash.
it has. It has. And mustard. I think that should be enough.
Perfect, Mr. Miles.
Let's get the shanks.
You know, when you cook lamb shanks, there's always a sense of anticipation, isn't there?
Yeah.
That's what I love about casseroles, taking the lid off.
Ooh. Oh, where have they gone? Have to be careful, they're dropping to pieces.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, I'm gonna have a taste eh?
Definitely. Oh, man. Big, bold, comforting flavours. Wonderful.
Beans are superb. Oh, lamb's been around for thousands of years. And, you know, Cumbria has some wonderful lamb. And I think this really does it justice. Come on over, we've got food to share.
Yeah, tear and share.
A tear and share chorizo, cheese and chive bread.
You're going to love it.
But we've got to have something to dip it into, haven't we, for our chums?
It would be wrong not to, Dave.
So with your tear and share bread, you'll have a thwacking big bowl of wild mushroom soup.
So, to kick it off with, Dave's going to make the dough. I'm going to make what goes through the dough, which is, as Dave was saying before, chorizo. So we're going to do that. I'm going to chop it. We've got some chives, and I'm going to grate some lovely, lovely mature cheese. So, I'll crack on with that.
For the bread, I've got my flour and a teaspoon of salt. Some dried yeast, about a sachet. To feed the yeast, put in some honey. And 2 big spoons of olive oil. And we're going to work that together into a dough with some warm water and make bread. Ooh. I used to make a lot of flavoured breads. I went through a phase of it. We could put your bits in now, couldn't we? Knead them into the dough, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
They just keep going till you've worked all your chives and sausage and cheese now into the bread. I mean, don't worry, the bread will rise with all this stuff in it.
You know, the dough's taken on a red hue from the chorizo, haven't it? Nice.
And as the bread cooks, the fat from the chorizo is going to go into the bread and you're going to get a nice dribble on.
Oh, yeah.
A bit of oil on the bowl so it comes out in one piece. We pop this out of the draft for an hour or so until it's doubled in size. Nice cuppa.
Oh, lovely.
Well, look at that. Oof. Now we're going to knock that back because we're going to hope for a second rising and you'll get lighter bread.
While Dave's doing that, I'm just chopping some shallots to start the base of the soup.
Now, I'm going to make about 8 rolls. The slower that you prove bread, the better the bread, because obviously the bread's got more time to develop its flavour. Now, buns. If you press and roll, you can really knock them back. And they'll go hard. And look, you're left with buns.
Butter in the pan, and we're going to saute off the shallots.
So we put one in the middle. Now, they will grow and expand and join as one. And the nice thing about tear and share bread is it's not all crust. As you tear your pebble off, you get nice soft bits, don't you?
You do.
Leave them to prove for about another half an hour and that'll do fine.
As soon as the butter starts to foam, that's a good indicator that it's to temperature and we can start to put the ingredients in to cook.
So I've got button mushrooms and chestnut mushrooms.
I've got porcini, I've got girelles, and I've got portobellini.
You know, the secret, I think, to mushroom soup is you need a lot of mushrooms.
The porcini will go in.
The porcini is almost like the stock cube of the mushroom world. It just intensifies the flavour.
So I've just put the garlic in there, some salt, a good twist of pepper, and some lovely fresh thyme. Lid on, 5 minutes, bit of a moulder, then we'll start to add our stock.
Oh, they've dropped.
Haven't they? Just look at that.
But my bread rolls have certainly not. I hope. Oh, yes, it's like a daisy wheel of flavour. What I need to do now is do a nice eggy wash and grate more cheese on the top.
I'm going to add our stock, chicken, a little masala, just for a note of sweetness. And just to bring all those lovely savoury flavours out, a little bit of lemon juice. We'll bring it to a boil for Dave to blend it.
Beautiful.
So these girelles, I'm just gonna saute these off with a little butter, some parsley, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and we're just gonna make it look really, really nice on the top of that beautiful soup.
Right, now we need to pop these into a preheated oven, 200 degrees Celsius with a fan oven, for about 20 to 25 minutes until golden, huge and bubbling with joy and flavour. Ta-da!
While Dave's blending it, we're going to add the cream now. Throw a little bit of parsley in with the girelles.
It's like a sunflower of dough. Oh, wow. You know, Si, I think that's probably the most perfect bowl of mushroom soup I've ever seen. And with that bread, it's madly good, isn't it?
It works.
And all you do is just tear and share. So it's best to let it cool down a bit first, though.
Yeah, because it's really hot.
But look at that, that's good bread.
It's beautiful.
It's worth the effort, isn't it?
Definitely.
So, next time you're hungry, come on over.
Might as well.
Aye. Alas, War Collie, we knew you well before you arrived here from Cornwall.
Cornwall. It's a
Cornwall.
long way to come for a cauliflower, that.
And we're going to do a favourite of Mr. King's, which is a spiced roasted cauliflower cheese.
Yes.
And to go with the roasted spiced cauliflower, we're going to do some very tasty kale crisps. It's crispy fried kale with a wonderful dressing of paprika and lemon juice. It's brilliant.
While Dave's getting on doing the florets, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the spice mix ready for the collie.
Right, pop the florets in here and we're going to blanch them for 5 minutes.
So, what you do, in there, put some fennel seed and just give it a little bit of a crush. Just crush those off a little bit. And then we want some paprika, cumin. Look at the colours, Dave. So lovely.
It is, it is.
Next, a good glug of olive oil. Salt. And a good twist of pepper.
Now, to go with Kingy's dry spice mix, I've got a few wets here. So I've got 1 de-seeded chopped chilli, a big spoon of honey, and the juice of a lemon.
You see, the thing is that sometimes cauliflower, I think it's much maligned, Dave, because sometimes
It is.
they say it's bland, but actually it isn't. There's a really lovely, earthy depth of flavour to it.
And with a bit of spicing, a bit of dressing up, it can be a fantastic main meal. This honey, lemon juice and chilli, I'll put that in with size spice mix. So you can see now we've got quite an engine room of flavour. Right, well, this is 5 minutes, so we'll drain this off. So the collie can go straight in here.
And just make sure it's covered as much as you can, because every bit of that spice you don't want to waste.
And now we roast it. Roast cauliflower is fab. So we pop this into a preheated oven, about 180, for about 15 to 20 minutes until tasty and roasted. Whilst you do that, matey, I'll grate the cheese. I've got Gruyere, which is one of my favourite cheeses, and Emmental. I want about 2 to 1, so I'll use about that much Gruyere and about that much Emmental.
Lush.
And you know, I think we've chosen right with the Gruyere and Emmental.
Yeah.
Because they're both full of flavours. They're really good melters as well. And I think we've got so much flavour going on in the collie. It's going to start to simply fizz with flavour.
So we're going to make some fantastic kale chips cum crisps. What you do when you deep fry them, it goes really crispy quite quickly. If you don't want to deep fry them, you can also stick them in the oven. But for our purposes, we're going to fry them today, so... It sounds more scary than it actually is.
Yeah. I mean, it's great with Chinese spice powder. It's great with lemon juice. You know, smoked salt's lovely with it. It really has a realm of possibilities. But it's so tasty.
It is tasty. It is. So that's the first batch out.
So crispy and light, isn't it?
Beautiful. And again, just lower the basket in quite gently. And albeit that they look quite delicate, they're not. You can knock them about a bit. Oil off. Right, I'm going to make the dressing, which consists of some lemon juice, a teaspoon of smoked paprika powder, some salt, some pepper, and a little bit of olive oil. That's extra virgin olive oil.
Right, that's had 15 minutes, Si.
Rush to dush. Oh, yeah, great.
Look at that, started to catch.
Catch, perfect.
Now, the cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And finish off with some lemon zest. The lemon zest is like a top note of flavour. It's just like a nice, sort of spiky citrus hit. And we just pop that back into the oven for about 5 minutes until the cheese is melted and completely unctuous. Should we have a little sit down?
Why not? Through.
Oh, scissors.
Yeah, 2. Right then.
Oh! That is really good, appetising food.
I want to just do this. with our smoked paprika, lemon juice and olive oil dressing. You sea salt flakes. There we have it.
It's not too hot, innit?
Why? What? Well. Oh, excellent.
That is so sharp, the lemon juice and the paprika, and it's strong flavour. You almost garnish the cauliflower with that. It's brilliant. Do try this one at home, because it's... If you like cauliflower cheese, you're going to love this. But the difference is, it isn't kind of thick and saucy and heavy. Because of the roasting, it's quite sweet and light, and you lose nothing of that lovely cheese.
Oh, mate. The lovely spice. Just there.
Now, like many people who go to the pub on occasion, you end up talking a lot of cobblers.
Yes, just after 9 o'clock normally.
Aye. So we're talking deer cobblers.
Yes.
It's our venison cobbler.
The cut of meat that we're using is shoulder. I'm just going to trim this off, mate, and then dice it.
Now, one of the building blocks to stews all over the world is what chefs would call a mirepoix, and that's the mixture of diced carrots, onion and celery. But this is kind of pub food, so this is quite a hearty mirepoix. So for my purposes, we'll call it a maxi-poix. So first off, we'll get the onions into some oil and get it to sweat nicely.
So what we're doing is, you see these pieces here? We're going to try and just trim those off because that's sinew. It will come down in the cooking time because we're going to cook this for about 1 hour and 3/4 to 2 hours. But I just like to take the really thick bits out.
There's a lot of onions there, but this is all going to drop down and it's going to be rich.
Now look, I'm keeping the meat in quite decent-sized chunks. Now the reason for that is it cooks a long time and you really want to keep the kind of integrity of that meat. So when you do pop it into your mouth, you get a lovely chunk of this fabulous venison. It's a great product that we're producing in the UK, venison. It's brilliant.
Carrots go in. With venison, we get all the opportunities to put in things like bay and thyme, red currant jelly, mustard. You know, you can build up the sweet and savoury flavours. And now some celery. This is like young celery. What I would do is normally just strip off any stringy bits, just like so. And pretty soon, this is going to be sweating. It's going to be sweating like the darts team when it's going for double tops. I think we're there, mate.
Right, Mugger? Yeah.
So a couple of big tablespoons of flour goes in. And, you know, as I say, we want this to be rich and thick and hearty.
Lovely.
This is stonking good gravy, not a frugal jus.
Definitely not.
And let's have a teaspoonful of mustard powder in there as well.
Lovely. Right. Now, what I'm going to do is make sure that those veggies are all covered with this beautiful mix of flour and mustard. And that will form the thickening for the venison casserole.
Time for the beer.
Get in. Look at the colour of that.
But the beer's going to give it a lovely, dark, rich colour. In fact, it's probably too rich, so I think we need to put some water in as well.
A little bit of water. Look at that. Nice, decent chunks of venison. And then, Mr. Myers?
Well, venison, we can have some nice sweetness. So some red currant jelly, a couple of big spoonfuls of that, which again, and it's going to give the sauce a lovely sheen as well as flavour. A couple of bay leaves, and some thyme. Just strip the leaves off, we don't want the sticks in. And we have stacks of black pepper. You do the Salt King, you got a good taste for it.
Right, so now what we need to do is bring this to the boil.
And then we'll put it into a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for a fan oven, and we'll leave it there for about 1 hour and 3/4 to 2 hours.
Right, let's get it in then, eh? Perfect.
The cobbler. It's the scone that thinks it's a cobblestone.
It does?
It does. We start off, I've got some self-raising flour in there, and I'm going to rub in the butter.
There's something nice about that, and then getting your hands in, dude, isn't
Oh, I remember my mother doing this.
it? Now, listen, what do you fancy? Should we keep them plain, or should we put something in them?
Do what you want, but it's got to complement the dish.
Rosemary.
We've got some there.
Let's have it.
Kingy, should I cut out and you want to finish these so I'll go and clean my hands?
All right, mate, yeah.
Milk's measured, 300 ml.
Perfect. And just put all the milk in at once, in a little well in the middle, and then you very gently just form a dough. Oh, this dough is coming out really nice, man. It's so light and springy, really good. Beautiful. There you are, Mucker.
Thank you. And we just pat this. And, you know, for scones, we really wouldn't roll it out. So I'm gonna kind of break the habit of a lifetime, but just do it quite gently. We don't want to overwork your dough.
That has dropped, hasn't it? Beautiful.
Oh, gosh, it's fruity, it's rich. The porter, the beer, really has added something to that. You can taste the yeastiness to it.
Tell you what, though, a little bit of lemon juice,
Yeah.
just to bring that richness up a little.
You need the lemon juice as well to cut through the sweetness and also the maltiness. Don't waste your mixture. We'll reform this.
So we'll start in the centre and just work your way around.
Should we do half cobbles?
Oh yeah, let's cool.
Yeah?
As they rise, they'll go really moist and unctuous on the bottom and really crisp on the top, because what we're going to do is we're going to brush them with a little bit of beaten egg. Right, now I've just increased the oven temperature from 180 to 200 because these, we need to treat them a little bit like scones, so the oven has to be really quite hot. Look at that.
It's beautiful.
Stick that in the middle of the table. Everybody goes for it.
You know, sometimes in a pub I like that, where you all kind of go from the same bowl.
Gosh.
You know, how many of you are there? I'll give you a big one.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
There we go. Venison Cobbler.
Cheers.
Cheers, Mugger.
Champion. Cheers. Oh, Kingy.
What?
That's the first date you've had for a bit, isn't it?
It flaming is, dude, I tell you. Look at that.
But dates are the secret to a good sticky toffee pudding. This goes back to old-fashioned times. Cartmel is near where I live, and sticky toffee pudding is said to have originated there. Now, don't bombard me if it's wrong, but, you know, for me, Cartmel sticky toffee pudding, stick to your ribs. It's lovely.
That'll do us. So, 1 teaspoon of bicarb, just sprinkle it over. And then there's exactly measured 300 mils of boiling water. And you just let that sit while Dave makes the batter.
First off, I have some butter, which I'm going to cream with some soft brown sugar and some muscovado sugar. So what I'll do now is I'll break an egg into there.
Now, so it doesn't separate, what I'm going to do, while Dave's whisking that, I'll just add a spoonful of flour.
Beautiful. And now we crack in another egg.
And another spoonful of flour.
Oh, I mean, there's such debate around who originated what is a genuine sticky toffee pudding. But you know, I think it's something that's come out of the gingerbread that goes back to the 18th century, you know. It's coming together. I think we could get the rest of the flour in now, do you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And now just put the rest of the flour in. Well, I always remember one of the earliest sticky toffee puddings that I made was Delia Smith's. And Delia was the one who said, the secret is the dates. What they do is they enrich the pudding and they make it sticky.
They do.
You know, we've got the toffee sauce.
And also, they give it that lovely earthy flavour as well.
Yeah. We Cumbrians, being great adventurers, cooks and generous of spirit, would have brought the dates back from our trade with a mysterious east. Now, let's put in the dates and the water and the bicarb. Right, let's just fold those in.
Now the batter's virtually there, Dave's just stirring all those lovely dates and date water in. We've lined a lovely baking dish with butter and then a little bit of baking parchment.
The thing is, the clue's in the title. It's got to be sticky. That's why it's quite a loose mixture. Try and get those dates so they're evenly distributed. Pop that into preheated oven, 180 degrees Celsius, 25-30 minutes until risen, golden and just a bit springy.
So, the toffee sauce. It is simplicity itself. Melt the butter. We've got demerara sugar, muscovado sugar. I'm just going to put some cream in there now. So then what you do, once all the sugars have dissolved and the butter's melted, you continue to stir and then you just bring it to the boil and you simmer it. And now, there may be a temptation to stick your finger in it because it's glossy and lovely. Don't, because it'll be incredibly hot. Now look at this. This is what we're talking about for a simmer. Just a couple of minutes like this. And what'll happen is those sugars will start to darken even more and it'll just make this beautiful, beautiful sauce. Turn it off, leave it to cool.
Aye, in yonder oven, I smell a pud. I better get it out before it's a dud. So although it was very liquidy, it's really firmed up a treat.
Lush.
But in fact, it's too firm. We want it sticky. Now, I could use a skewer, a piece of spaghetti, but we find chopsticks is just the right bar for that thick toffee sauce to go. I want reasonably, not too random, because every bit's got to have the right amount of stick. Oh.
So you just leave that to soak in. Leave it for a good few hours just so that soaks in. Mm-hmm. And then reheat it, reheat the sauce, serve with a bit of cream. Job done. Oh, mate.
This is lovely, isn't it?
Oh, good. Oh dear me. Well, that's one of those just great puddings, isn't it?
Oh, it is, it is. But it's all about the dates, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Actually, do you know what? It is great. Everybody after Christmas has a box of dates left there and they don't know what to do with.
That's a good idea, actually.
Just knock yourself up a sticky toffee pudding.
I'll tell you what, this Taste of Cumbria episode's doing well, isn't it?
Right.
Brilliant.
My Auntie Mary used to make the most wonderful, spicy gingerbread. Now, gingerbread to me isn't like a biscuity man.
No.
It's a sticky cake that's kind of born in Jamaica. But this one, we've gone more Aztec than Jamaican. if that makes sense, because we're boosting with a bit of chilli as well. You won't know the chili's there, you just think it's warming, it's cosy. You mix that with tea, it's just...
Well, it just is, isn't it?
It just is. You do wets, I do dries?
I think so. I'm going to start by putting some butter into the pan, and just over a relatively low heat, I'm going to let that melt.
And I'm going to start by sieving the flour. The one thing you could do is take out 50 grams of flour and replace it with 50 grams of cocoa, and then you would have a little bit of chocolate in your gingerbread as well.
Butter's melted, mate. I'm just going to put some muscovado sugar in there.
From the West Indies.
And this, I think it's from Leeds. This is golden syrup. This is black treacle, and as we all know, it's always difficult to get out the tin. So what you do is you heat it up in a little bit of water, and then, watch. You can't have gingerbread without black treacle.
Melt everything together over a gentle heat. Right, the spices. I feel like a doctor with my spice chest, but that's what it is. I'm Dr. Cozy. 2 big tablespoons of ground ginger. To keep up the heat, I'm going to put some chili powder in. We've got a generous ½ teaspoon. ½ teaspoon of allspice. It always makes me think of Christmas. A pinch of powdered mace. Mace is the husk of nutmeg, and it's a really nice old-fashioned spice. And lastly, ½ teaspoon of cinnamon. When we said it's a spiced gingerbread, it's a spiced gingerbread. We want flavours that embrace, that give you an inner cuddle.
It's indulgence. That's what it is.
Indulgence.
And every now and then, a bit of indulgence does you good.
Now, what we need to do is to work on the wets. I've got some milk. Into that, I'm going to break 2 eggs.
Now, the milk and the eggs goes into here. So what's important is that once the sugars have melted together, you take it off the heat. Because what we don't want to do is scramble the eggs.
I want a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. Because we want a bit of levity in the cake. And give that a swizzle. Mr. King?
Yes, sir.
We always say that with baking there's a bit of alchemy, there's a bit of chemistry. This could be the DNA of cosy.
I think you might be right, you know, Dan.
Yeah. Can I have your stem ginger?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, mate.
I'm just going to chop this up because we want these little nuggets of flavour to burst in your mouth when you bite into the cake.
Gradually add the contents of the saucepan to the flour, making sure everything is well combined. You'll end up with a very wet, pourable batter.
It's like cake central heating, this.
It is. And on freezing, wet, cold winter days, oh, with that and a hot cup of tea.
Oh, right. It's like little kernels of amber, isn't it? Beautiful.
Give it a stir with all that beautiful stem ginger in.
And gingerbread, it's always done in a square tin. Think like a brownie on steroids. This will rise up, so don't worry if you think it looks a little bit kind of frugal. With the baking powder, it will have a bit of oomph.
I remember my Aunt Hild used to make fabulous gingerbread, and she used to serve it. And he used to have it with her tea on a Sunday with a really, really strong cheddar.
Gingerbread and cheese?
Gingerbread and cheese. Try it. It's brilliant.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Right, now we pop that into a preheated oven, 170 degrees Celsius, for between 45 minutes and an hour. But remember, we still want it slightly sticky. I think I'll go for a lie down.
in the tin for half an hour, then turn out onto a rack. There's nothing better, is there?
Look at that. That is a sticky cake. But I think we can make it even stickier. We've got some more syrup.
Oh, go on, mate, go on.
It's like varnishing a table, isn't it? With a pot of tea, and as Mr. King suggests, a knob of cheese. Now that is how gingerbread should be.
Oh, mate, that is epic.
The thing is, it's just that little bit nicer because of all the spice. There are so many flavours going on there.
Actually, what is lovely, it's a very light and airy cake as well.
Bit of mousetrap.
What do you think? Works, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. I'll never eat my gingerbread without cheese again.
Tea as well.
Oh,
I'm in heaven.
I am too. Remember, cosy is because you can, not because you need it.